to welcome you to my little shop of spirit. In today's reading, we're going to be going over a message about someone who is expanding their career and kind of just showing the world what they've got. This is an era that for you is, and I mean really kind of for the people around you as well, I guess, in regards to you, it's really an era that's all about you. The focus is on you, and deeper than just it being on you, the focus is on your career. And you're bringing a lot of like innovation and I'm trying to think of the word. You're bringing like revolution to something that could be just you, maybe you spreading your wings and sort of going out into the world is revolutionary for you. But I get the sense also that whatever it is that your career is revolutionary. Okay, so maybe it is revolutionary for you to do that, but beyond just the act itself, it's like what that will lead to is revolutionary. And this is kind of a period about bringing, it's interesting, I just heard bringing to light your shine and giving it space, and it's almost like even though it's like I'm getting the message of like you before were just going through the motions of existence and like not doing yourself justice because of that. And now the universe is sort of asking you to glow a little bit more harshly than you've been allowing yourself. To kind of have your like supernova explosion. And so one of the charms that I pulled earlier, maybe this is relevant to you just for confirmation, but I pulled a peacock with I don't know if it'll focus there. But I pulled this peacock here, and it's like, wings are all spread out. So to me, that's kind of like just very simply put, the emotions that you're going through right now. And I also pulled, this music note, and it has, I'm noticing now, I mean, I didn't pay attention to it when I first pulled it, but it has 3, little chords on it, like little lines. And so 3 is probably a relevant number to you right now as far as like angel, like messages go. But when I first picked this up, I was being called to how right now you're metaphorically singing your song. And after I pulled that charm, I pulled this little like mermaid charm. I don't know if it ever focused there. But to me, it's like you're finally singing your song metaphorically, or you're starting to, and it's luring people to you. Okay, it's not just luring people, but it's making you just in general more magnetic. And when I pulled cards, we got a message of maybe you felt sort of trapped by your circumstances in the past before you started this journey, and maybe you felt also sort of like alone on this journey, or that it's been a rocky journey or an emotionally difficult journey and a mentally difficult journey, like it's been very taxing on you. Let's see what messages want to come out for you in regards to those who are related to this message. And as soon as I went to pull cards there, we have the Lovers come out. So, I mean, the imagery on this is just beautiful, but to have this card come out for you, it's like, it's really tremendous, and like the energetic weight to your reading is really heavy. And I am paying attention here to like in the background, I'm a intuitive reader, so I may look at a card like the same card twice and get completely different messages out of it in the same reading, okay? But like right now, this red mountain is calling my attention, and the flowers that look sort of like flames here on the edge. And, you know, this thing, it may have like been a process of like something swelling inside of you and then sort of exploding onto the world, okay? And like something, it may have been a process of feeling like you were burned by something, or feeling you had to burn something. And then, you know, I'm like, again, just feeling like you had to burn something here, and then almost coming out of the ashes of that thing, new and more powerful. You know, the red becomes more potent at the top. I am taking notice of that here. So it's like, you know, I almost feel like I feel like you had things that were perhaps tempting you, or like something like in this. Okay, so the reason I'm going down this narrative is because there's a tree over here. There's a tree over here on this side, and this is obviously like just symbolism wise, we're dealing with Adam and Eve here, okay? And like there's like a snake on the tree, and it's like, you know, I'm getting though like this whole card is about you, and I feel like, you know, once you unified through the swell, you like unified yourself through the swelling process, okay, now this is you, like post ashes, you're like coming out of the ash. So it's like you didn't really burn away, let me think how to say this, it's like you burned away things that were like no longer serving you, essentially. So you're in like a phase of like cleansed holiness, I'm hearing. I don't know, let me just get some more clarity on this. So on clarity for the lovers, we get 9 of Wands, and I just get like this image of you in like a celestial hospital, and it's like you're holy and divine and pure, and you're like laying in all white, and the hospital's all white, and like I feel like you're there like resting and healing from something that sort of didn't have to do with you, but that you were very affected by. And you're already in a phase of celebration, I'm getting, but it's almost like you have to go through this like celestial hospital phase to get to the celebration. Okay, and I'm just hearing like rest and reprieve, and you're weary. So it's like you need to like, okay, so it's like you need to rest, and then you also can just kind of be comforted knowing that while you're resting here, you know, you are in this so-called celestial hospital, like energetically or astrally speaking. So like your angels and like your spirit team is taking care of you, and energetically and like astrally speaking and spiritually speaking, like you sort of are like in the hospital healing. It's gonna be what gets you like to the other side. It'll get you from this point, okay, to this point where you're celebrating. You may have had to leave behind, or you felt like you thought like you were leaving behind a lot. But wow. Your strength, okay, and it's coming through like literally in the Arcana card, but like your strength, okay, so you felt like and thought like you had to leave quite some stuff behind, and you left those things behind and worked, okay, you worked on yourself, you only worked on yourself, and I'm getting kind of like it was you and it's almost like if someone else was there, it was like you talking to you. I don't know how else to say that, but I'm getting like, okay, so like on this card, it's like her and this bird are like dressed the same. Like their bodies are yellow and their heads are red. So I'm almost getting like you during this time, like the only other person you had was yourself. So you kind of felt like you had nobody, but you weren't alone because you really were talking to yourself and talking to spirit and talking to blah, blah, blah. Okay, like you weren't alone in that sense. Like whoever it was that you were talking to, you know, and that wasn't not, though that being said, okay, so there's so much going on, so I need to like get to a lot, so it's making it hard to get to all my points, but this period of time where you focused on yourself and you felt like the only other person you had was yourself leads to your wheel of fortune. Okay, it led to you building like what will turn to, if it hasn't already, your fortune. Okay, and this time was what made you the strong individual that you are today. Okay, and it's like I'm being reminded of like those quotes, like what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, and like I wouldn't change any, if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything. And I think like that's the sort of energy you have in regards to the situation, is like you wouldn't change anything, even though it was really hard, because the knowledge and the awareness that you gained from those situations made you who you are and put you where you are. So you wouldn't want to change anything because you love like the time you're in and who you are. Like you love where you are and where you are going. Okay, you might not adore where you've been, but where you've been's got you to where you are and where you're going. So like you can't, you don't hold any regrets about that. You're very strong. And this time has like put you in touch with the higher sources that you've always sought out, but you weren't connected to so deeply. And like this period did connect you to them. Okay, and what it will ultimately be, this period is for you, is your resource, your material. You won't have to lean on another. It won't be so hard that there isn't another to rely on when you don't have to rely on another. Okay, and this period is like you coming into power as far as self-reliance goes. So we're going to leave your messages off there for today. I hope that was incredibly helpful. If it was, don't forget to leave a like, your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. I will see you soon. Bye.